So
All right.
let's blow each other's mind. Be
blow our minds. All right. What do you have?
well, the first one was very interesting.
All right.
This is a no-go for singles. So,
Okay.
in other words,
Yeah.
the stuff that singles don't want to hear.
Yeah. All right.
First off, can I introduce you to my coworker or the nephew of my hobby?
Yeah.
It's really it's really nice and it's really appreciated that they're trying to hook you up and that they want to play Cupido.
Yeah.
But if your single friend would need help, then at least they would ask for it. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like embarrassing to tell that.
Is that thing we were talking about? People just think, oh, if you're single, you need to be in a relationship because that is normal.
Exactly.
But the truth is that it's not really done to say that, and most people just won't appreciate it.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah.
Don't worry. One of these days, you will meet your soulmate.
Yeah.
Like, this is more or less like it doesn't make any sense from the perspective of the single because, well, let's put it this way: it's not like they can't have anything or something like that. Maybe it's their own choice to be single at that time.
People should definitely just first focus on loving themselves and being their own soulmates and not in needing anybody. And then maybe you can find somebody to add to that.
True that. Another one.
Yeah.
This one comes forward a lot of times, especially when you look at the timelines of people on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
The question that they always have in their DM when they slide into it.
Oh, love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is it possible that you're still single?
Yeah.
Well, of course, it's a very big compliment.
Yeah.
However, it is in a way it can be insulting for the people because, like, well, there's nobody in love with you. How's that possible?
It's like condescending, like you're lesser because you're not in a relationship. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Next one. Oh, I never liked your ex anyway. That's a very dangerous one.
All right. Yeah.
And needless to say, it's due to the fact, like, hey, it's your ex. So
Yeah.
who says that it might be your ex forever? Who says that they cannot come together? And then you'll be pretty much embarrassed.
Right.
Phrasing it out like that.
Right.
And the last one, all phrases that include biological clock. So that one is more or less for like females when they're reaching a certain age that they have to be aware of the biological clock.
Yeah.
Like if they ever want to have children or something like that. And
Yeah.
I think that one is really insulting. If you have a lot of audacity to say that to your girlfriend if she's single.
Yeah, right. It's very weird that these things are still so incorporated in the culture that people will say to a girl that's like around 30, like, "Oh, you are. How is your clock ticking?" They would kind of push that feeling of you should be having kids.
I can imagine that if you want to, if you have someone telling you like, "Oh, you're 30," you have to think about your biological clock. I can imagine that the first reaction will be, "Well, my clock might be ticking, but so will my fist be."
Yeah. That should be the natural reaction.
I think so.
Yeah, because only maybe if it's like your mother-in-law, those are the people that can ask for, oh, maybe you should make babies, because I can understand that you do it then. But everybody else, you're okay if you're single and you feel like punching the person, just do it.
True.
Right.
So that was my first attempt.
Well, that was a great first attempt. Yeah, I have these things that you and I already probably know because we kind of researched the subject. But let me just say it to blow maybe your mind, but definitely the public's mind, that we haven't really talked about the numbers. But like last year, they made $33 billion with the Singles Day.
Really?
So
Wow.
it's such an incredible number, especially because it's been growing. It only exists for like 10 years, the Singles Day.
Yeah.
And it started out with like 3 million, and then 2016 was like 11 billion already.
Wow.
And then it like tripled for 2017 and became $33 billion profit in China alone. So that must be one of the reasons we are talking about it right now, because if everybody is paying attention, this number could be like maybe become like 50 billion this year. So yeah, that is to give a sense how big this is. Like it's not
It's
something
huge.
we're just talking about. It's just it's something that that's been growing exponentially and is becoming so big that that even if they don't want to, I think some in England it falls together with the end of the First World War, so they are kind of reluctant to keep it on 11th of November. And I do get it, but they will be fools if they don't just combine it because yeah, there's just money to be made. So that's something that that definitely blew my mind.
It does.
When I read
it does.
it, yeah.
Like I'm surprised that I knew that the revenues were very high, but
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be that high.
Insane numbers from like in 10 years from 3 million to 33 billion is like insane. So yeah, so that's
Being single is big business. I guess.
yeah, I guess so.
Nice. Nice one. It literally
Yeah.
blew my mind.
Yeah.
Well, not literally.
His brain actually exploded. No, we would be going viral then, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah.
So, my next attempt
Yeah.
turns out like this is a research that they did with Flemish women,
Okay, yeah.
and it turns out like single women they miss the sex more than they miss the love and intimacy.
The women miss the sex more?
Yeah,
Okay.
they rather be in a relationship because of the sex
Okay.
instead of being in a relationship because of the love.
That surprises me because I always have the sense that maybe the man would say this, but that's because I'm also more conservative than I think. I like to be more progressive.
They surveyed over 1,500, more than 1,500 women
Yeah.
single, and it turns out like at least 49% admits that they do miss the sex part instead of the relation and the love part.
It is interesting because you did, and I wouldn't have expected this, so it is super surprising. But it is interesting that this is then the evolution where we've been looking for. Like persons and people care more about themselves and maybe their friends
Yeah.
than a relationship. Like all the things people would get these things in the past from a relationship, but now it's like, okay, I'll just have sex with my partner and all my woes I will talk about with my friends and my girlfriends or whatever. And yeah, I kind of like this development, but it's also weird because if you would only then the women just love having sex with one partner. That is what I get from this. Like you do want a relationship because you want to have sex with this person, and maybe traditionally the men would, if they would feel like that, if they don't have this deeper connection with their partner, they'll maybe that's the next step, that nobody will be in a relationship.
Could be. Well,
Yeah.
you do see that they're even promoting that. I saw that a few years ago that it started and is growing right now. That you have those dating sites where you have a second love or something like that.
All right, yeah.
Like being in a relationship, but also have the need to do something with someone who you don't know.
I saw that. Yeah, right. So when, like they actually, the commercial actually says from, all right, you're already in a relationship, but you want more, right? And then right, for extra love or something they call it, right? The second love or
Second
something.
love, I think that's the name.
Yeah. Wow. I think this all. I don't know if I'm the person who would like to do this, but I do think all these new developments that are different than the traditional view on things are good developments. So
I think so. I mean, at least you know what the people what their desires are and what their needs are.
right.
For example, as well, this research also showed out
Yeah.
like if they want to meet Prince Charming, they have to go to a coffee bar. It turns out like at least 61% of all the surveyed ladies thinks that you can find your soulmate there. Followed by a hobby club, which is 43%, and on the third place is on the working doing working,
okay.
which is 37%.
Oh, I also love these results because I think the dating sites, I love them, but I kind of think they are kind of overrated because
Yeah, turns out in this research as well,
they're not
because
even in there.
well, to be honest, it is. But like, if you can compare it with 61% in a coffee bar,
Yeah.
online it's around less than 30%. I think it's 27% or something like that. So that means that
Yeah.
finding your partner online isn't that popular.
No, but I think I think I would like to see these results for every country. But I think people underestimate that you can use any situation. But in this case, the coffee bar or the hobby club, that's a fun one. Is to use, you don't have to. If you are a single person and you really want a relationship, I don't think the dating site is the first place you should look.
No,
But
I don't think so as well.
But it can't hurt, I guess. So
Cool.
Then I will try to blow your mind again. Oh yeah, there was a fun fact more that the new trend in the Singles Day is that people use it to end their single life. So they kind of celebrate. Okay, I was single, but I will use Singles Day to, let's say, get married or get into a relationship or
Really?
Yeah. So
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah, it says over the years the holiday's cultural meaning has evolved for some into an opportunity to say goodbye to the single life once and for all. Now, many young people celebrate Singles Day by by going on blind dates, attending karaoke, dating, or attempting to woo a partner by buying the perfect gift. There are also more weddings held on the 11th of 11th than most other days of the year. All in all, if you manage to change your status from single to partnered by the end of Singles Day, you are a success story. So that is another way people use it now. It's back to a relationship on Singles Day. Yeah, use that day to get married or something like that.
Of course.
Yeah, that's also
it's a way of celebrating. Like, yeah, you're not single anymore.
Yeah. It's kind of the opposite, I think, what it was meant for. But why not? Why not use it? Why not use it as an excuse to get a partner and buy a lot of things as well?
True.
Yeah.
True that.
So I thought that was also very noteworthy because we just think okay, it's only for the singles, but actually a lot of people use it to get a partner.
Cool. Well, in addition to news around singles, there's a new trend. It turns out like a lot of singles would like to have a flex relationship. And like the word it already says, it's like they do anything the couples do, like all partners do together. Like they go out to eat, they go perhaps they go to the sauna or whatever. The only difference is like it doesn't have to be a lifetime long. You know, for example, it's just like, if you're done with it, then you can easily shake each other's hands and be like, I'll go my way, and we'll go the other way.
Yeah, I do understand this, but the problem with these things is this also is that feelings will get in the way so many times because you can like it will be better because you like beforehand you just you make this arrangement like, okay, this is a flex relationship.
True.
We're not this, but you know what happens in these things. Either you or your partner falls madly in love because it's so good, and then the conversation comes when you just saw this perfect specimen in the club. You go back home to your flex relationship and say, "Oh yes, I have to remind you that we are in a flex relationship." I wonder if that works out.
There is, however, a few conditions on what makes it a flex relationship. To start off, I'm quoting Jan Latten from ad.nl.
Okay.
He thinks that this relation form should fit in the flex life of nowadays. I mean, there's a lot of flex jobs, a lot of flex spaces, so why not having a flex relationship?
Yeah.
And it's something new because it's a new trend, and certain specific information about it is unknown. However, they're enjoying their bachelor life, but at the same time enjoying the affection and attention from a partner, but with all conditions that are the same as it would be with a single. So you don't have to respond. So you don't have to give responsibility for each other if you want to do something else. It's kind of like an agreement between each other. And also it's the big difference is like it's supposed to be like it doesn't have to take this long. So normally after a few months you might be like, all right, this was fun, but I want to do something else.
Yeah, it sounds so good, but I still think there will be so many problems. I would like to see a survey for like 1,500 people who did this. And I think I don't know, maybe I'm just a weird guy, but I think if you would survey 1,500 people who have a flex relationship, okay, make them 3,000, like 1,500 couples who do this for a year. I wonder how many people would be just emotionally either hurt or just or euphoric, or the guy who just, or the girl who just is going super good. He's having the time of his life. That's also a possibility. But people are emotionally weird like that, man. And people will get jealous or get hurt. And that's still the best and the weirdest, the worst thing also about relationship. That you have these feelings that will just, even like some people know that a relationship is done already, but because their feelings are not, there's no closure or something, they will just still want it, and even though it's not good for them. So these are these weird things that happen in relationship that maybe could get solved by something by this. That's why I do find it interesting, because it's just different than the traditional view.
I think it will be, because to be honest, for example, since the singles are increasing in Belgium, they expected that around 2060, at least the half of all Belgium the Belgian population will be single.
Right.
So it is a trend which is starting already, which you can already see like it's happening already, and like maybe in the near future you'll already see like it's a normal way of life.
Yeah, I think, and that I would be glad if we get there, because again, it's like so frowned upon if you're single. Everybody's trying to hook everybody up and play Cupido, like even though. People just like to be single, just do live their life. So. I kind of like it that it's becoming more normal and more accepted for people to just be single and not be unhappy, because people say, oh, when you're single, there's probably something wrong. Either you're unhappy or you're ugly, or all these kinds of stupid things that have nothing to do with it, which we found out. So
there's great. A lid for every jar, right?
Yeah, right. There is, but. Yeah, there are probably more lids that fit on the jar as well. So that's also a thing. Yeah.
Thus ends my blow your mind section from my part.
Yeah. I had the last one I wrote down was that the loneliest number is 1, and that's the reason why it was 11 of 11. That's also. Yeah, just noteworthy that we know that's why they picked the 11th of November.
One would think it would be easier to do the 1st of January.
Yeah, because it's just one. Yeah.
But maybe it's the combination of all numbers together.
I wonder. Yeah, they just wanted more numbers. Now that you think of it, why didn't they just put in 1? Because that must have something to do with we wanted. That must be strategy, because they probably did think, okay, it's somewhere in the vicinity of a time where people are spending money for either Christmas or something,
or Halloween,
or Halloween. So they kept it in there more than the 1st of January, because then everything's over, and that would probably be, because 4 ones together is less lonely than 2 ones.
Exactly.
So that's a thing. Yeah, and then maybe just that is. Something that just comes to mind is something our director Rashid also mentioned in our chat. Like, it is also true when you're in a relationship, and a relationship also leads to having a whole second family sometimes.
Yeah.
and that also costs a lot of money.
Yeah, indeed.
So that is a thing that if you are single, you probably have more money to spend because you're spending less on your mother and father-in-law and all their children.
It makes it easier with
siblings.
Christmas.
Yeah, right. So that is also a very big plus, I think, for Singles Day.
But I don't mind if I'm being number one, though.
No. I don't mind if they do it on November, because in January it's my birthday, and if everybody spends their money in the 1st of January, how can they buy me gifts the 3rd of January? So yeah, we'll just keep it there.